Here's the thing about full perfumes. They don't just sit on your skin, oh no. They actually take over your life. They eat your snacks. They give you bad advice. And suddenly you're baking pies in the middle of the night, like as if you're auditioning for house arrest. These 12, they are the worst roommates you ever loved. One of them smells like it should come with a bodyguard, or rather, bodyguards. Another, it's basically dessert with a criminal record. So shady. And one is so chaotic, it might mess up your credit score. So stick around, because I promise you, the last one on this list, it's a bit unhinged. Let's dive in. First up, it is Soir, Extrait by the House of Diptyque. Yeah, this is one of those perfumes that you either love it or you don't. I know it's a bit difficult for some people to wear. I've heard people say I prefer the original. Either one is fine, but to me, I love the thickness with this one. I love the denseness, how sweet it is. And the Extrait, I think it amplifies the scent of the original. But let's go over the notes. This one comes in with pear, ginger, mandarin, orange, cacao pod, black pepper, quince, peach, Moroccan jasmine, orange blossom, patchouli, cashmeran, vanilla, benzoin, and ambroxan. This opens fruity and juicy. Pear, ginger, and mandarin all smiling sweetly. Then suddenly cacao and black pepper crash in. This isn't fruit salad. This is fruit salad with an attitude problem. It wears like a sweet, flirty girl who secretly has brass knuckles in her purse. Yeah, it's fun and juicy at first, but on skin it turns sultry, spicy, and magnetic. Oh yeah. People will hug you once and spend the next hour smelling their own shirt. Yeah, this is a very dense, very addictive scent to me, in my opinion. And I think it comes to life more in the cooler weather. I would not recommend wearing this during during summer when the weather is hot. This could choke you. I know some people have mentioned that it irritates their nose. I have a very sensitive nose. If you know me by now, you know that I have a sensitive nose. But for some reason, there are certain perfumes that do not bother me, and this is one of them. But I love the scent profile, and I certainly love this perfume and strongly recommend it. So if you haven't tried Soir, Extrait. If you enjoy the original, that's fine. You can stick with that. But if you want to amplify it a little bit more, strongly recommend. This is one of my probably all-time layering favorite perfume. And it's one of the best amber perfumes that's out there. And this is Soir by the House of Maison Kurkdjian. Wow. If you want to amplify any perfume you have that may be a little bit flat or needs a little bit of help to give it a little bit more life, layer it with this. You will not go wrong. Well, it has to go well with an amber perfume. This has denseness to it. It has sweetness to it. And it has that resinous scent that you get from an amber. Superb. And I've shared throughout my videos some of the layerings. This is probably one of the most perfume that I use to layer. I layer this with some of the strong perfumes that I have in my collection. And it really comes to life when the weather cools down. And as we transition into that winter season, that's what fall or autumn is, right? So this is a good one to have. Let's go over the notes first. It comes in with labdanum, orange, lavender, cyan benzoin, amber, vanilla, tonka bean, musk, and cedar. Warm amber floods out immediately. Labdanum, vanilla, and tonka wrap you in something smoother than cashmere pajamas. This is liquid luxury. Yes, that's an understatement. Amber glows, vanilla purrs, and it lasts forever. You'll smell like you live in a mansion with more fireplaces than friends. The compliments endless. The vibe? I don't chase, I attract. Yeah, absolutely. One of my best layering combo with this is Altair by PDM, Parfum de Marly. That is the best rich scent I've ever experienced in a perfume. And especially when you spray one on one side and spray the other on the other side, and wear it on a sweater that just sucks both of them in, and both of them are strong, but when the air just combines the scent that comes from both, holy cow. Yeah. Thank me later. Try it now and thank me later. But until then, Grand Soir. This next one is a bit challenging for some, but once you enjoy it, once it gets to you, it is super addictive and it's really enjoyable in this weather transition that we're going through. And this is Thé Noir 29 by the House of Le Labo. Oh yeah, it took me 2 to 3 sprays to really understand what this perfume, like, what is it trying to do? If you enjoy trying like different challenging scents, this is a good one. I know this house is expensive. That's why you see me with the clear bottles, because these are testers and you can find them at a much cheaper price. Well, they don't sell them at the store, but there are people who sell them. So I'll just leave it there. But this is exceptional. It comes in with fig, bay leaf, bergamot, cedar, vetiver, musk, tobacco, and hay. Wow, I did not get the tobacco, but okay. It's earthy fig, leafy bay, smoky tea. It's crisp but deep, like autumn air in a chic library. This is sophistication bottled. It's not cozy vanilla fall, oh no. It's dry leaves, rolling tobacco, wood shells, and mystery. If you ever wanted strangers to assume you summer in Copenhagen, this is your scent. Yeah, this is, as I said, a very unique scent. But again, once it gets to you, it is super, super addictive. I don't think any of the descriptions that I stated so far would even come close to how it smells. The only way to find out is to try it. And this will be worth trying, absolutely, and I'm glad I did. This is Thé Noir 29 by the House of Le Labo. And this next one, I actually wore it to work this past Wednesday. And it's been a while since I sprayed it, since I wore it. So I was so happy because even the perception I had about this perfume prior, and I always enjoyed it, I've always loved it. But the experience that I had this past Wednesday, it was magical. Maybe through time it developed, I don't know. But this is Ghibli by the House of LK. Holy cow. This is becoming my favorite from the house right now. This is addictive. Addictive. It's very subtle, but at the same time, it's strong. So usually when I go in the office, I try to leave as early as possible so I can wrap up my day and leave early. So I left the house at 5 a.m. So I got up at 3, took my shower, got ready. By 4 o'clock, that's when I had my perfume on. So from 4 a.m., it's been on me, on my clothes, until I believe I got on this side of town close to 3 p.m. And then I went to the post office, another post office with a different lady experience. And she asked me, "What are you wearing?" And I told her, and she probably may not remember the name. And she's like, "You smell rich." Like, thank you. But like after that many hours, I mean, I was getting whiffs. Probably it's from my clothes, but I could still smell it, and she smelled it. So that just lets you know how good this perfume is. Exceptional. I've had it for quite some time, and I'm putting a little bit of a dent to it, but I enjoy this perfume. I don't think I talked about the notes, so let's go over that. This comes in with leather, nougat, and jasmine. Leather nougat, sweet and smooth, with jasmine softening the edges. It's indulgent but grown up. It wears like creamy sweetness riding shotgun with polished leather. Feminine and plush, but with bite. Like cuddling someone in a leather jacket, Soft at first, then you realize they could definitely start trouble if they wanted to. Yeah, I can't believe there's leather in this perfume. You wouldn't even know it. There's a uniqueness to the subtle nature of this perfume. Maybe it's the leather, but it smells amazing. So if you want to try perfume from this house, this will be a good one, especially for everyday wear. This is not the kind of perfume that will bother people, and rather it's so much more enjoyable. So if you haven't tried Ghibli, please give it a shot. Next up, Sugar Leather by the House of Nuit Nomade. Oh yeah, this is heavenly. I love layering this with Bianco Latte. When I layer, usually I don't spray like a pancake, as someone said recently. I think it was Tammy who said that. But I spray one on one side and the other on the other side and let the air does its work. So I sprayed this on one side and I did Bianco Latte on another. Wow. If you want to smell sweet but with some thickness to it, because this has that thickness, so does Bianco Latte, but they have different type of thickness that comes from both sides. Heavenly. And you end up smelling so expensive. This comes in with cinnamon, caramel, leather, labdanum, and amyrase. Caramel, cinnamon, and leather. Dessert meets danger. It's gourmand, but with fangs. Smells like sticky caramel poured over biker boots. Sweet, spicy, and bad behaved. Yeah, this one is bad. This isn't your cupcake sugar. This is revenge served warm. Wear it, and you will feel untouchable. Usually, I don't like sugar scents, but this is a grown-up spicy. Maybe it's because of the cinnamon. Like, there's a spiciness to it. There's a punch to it that makes it more mature, and that's why I love this scent. And this is another house. They make some really good gems. Just like LK, I strongly encourage exploring this house. But for now, this is Sugar Leather by the House of Nuit Nomade. And this one is my new favorite. I've heard some of the influencers talk about it, and the way they were describing it, I wasn't expecting that type of scent profile from this house. But they put all their heart and soul into this one, and they did a great job. And this is Tales of Amber by the House of Goldfield and Banks. Wow. Yeah, this is sexy. Like, I think everybody should have it in their collection for this cooler weather that's coming up. As we're transitioning, even in winter, it's going to wear really, really well. So it has orange blossom, moss, orris, cinnamon, musk, labdanum, oud, ambergris, and vanillin. Orange blossom and orris at the start, then cinnamon, oud, and labdanum roll in like thunder. This is dark, resinous, and golden. Rich amber mixed with spice and musk makes it feel like ancient treasure, or at least like you should be wearing it on a yacht. People will swear you smell like money, even if you're in leggings. This is a rich scent. This is a well-blended scent. This is the kind of scent I don't think it would bother a lot of people, but rather it's enjoyable for you as the one who wears it and the one who spends your money on it, and for those around you. So if you want to smell rich, resinous, thick, sweet, but spicy and mature, this is your go-to. So as a Neroli lover, I had to look for a scent that actually would fit the category for fall, but still has a little bit of that green freshness, sweetness, soapy-like kind of nature, but with a little bit of depth. So this is Fiori de Neroli by the House of Gucci from their Alchemist Garden line. Wow, this is a thick one. Woo, yeah. Oh yeah. I used to layer this with Neroli Orange Air. I'm sure you guys are tired of me talking about it because I talked about that perfume throughout summer. But like when I wanted to add a little bit more depth, I used to wear this with that, and they kind of match, like balance each other out. But now this one can function on its own independently and very, very enjoyable. And it has petitgrain, bergamot, green mandarin, neroli, orange blossom, jasmine, sambac, orchanox, cereals, and Virginia cedar. Neroli, orange blossom, and jasmine, but elevated with bergamot and petitgrain so it feels fresh and fancy. This is crisp blossoms meet warm, creamy woods. It's clean, but far from boring. Think fresh laundry, except your detergent was imported from Milan and costs more than your rent. Yeah, it definitely smells thick. Like, it has the freshness, like I said. Neroli has the ability to do that. It has that soapy nature, that sweet and sour balance that gives you a very ethereal experience. But this one has some warmth to it, some depth to it. That's why I feel like it would be more appropriate for this upcoming season for fall. Yeah, if you haven't tried it, strongly recommend. So here we go with my newest addiction. A lot of people talk about Celine's black tie. So I have the sample. I have the 10 ml. By the way, that perfume is sold out everywhere and they still don't have it back. Well, today is what, October 5th, as I'm taping this. To this day, sold out everywhere. Has poor longevity or depth. The scent it's beautiful. I'll give it that. But I wanted something a little bit more. With that same DNA, but with a little bit more depth. And then I tried the samples from this house, and this just took me over. This is 2150 Reverie by the house of Victoria Beckham. I don't hear anybody talking about it. I've heard people talk about Portofino 97. I actually don't like that one. This, it has that sweet powdery vanilla that has darkness to it with a little bit of spiciness. It is addictive. Like, lately when I go to sleep, I've been wearing this. Like, I am addicted, hooked, as they say. Yeah. So it comes in with tobacco leaf, plum, vanilla, tonka, and cedarwood. Plum and tobacco hit first, rich and slightly smoky. Vanilla and tonka start to hum underneath, giving it warmth. It's dark, it's smooth, and a tad bit boozy. It's plum wine in a velvet lounge, with tobacco curling in the background. Oh yeah, it is seductive without shouting. This perfume whispers, and people lean in closer to hear, because it doesn't have to be loud. But actually, in comparison to black tie, I would say this is loud. But if you wear it just by itself, it's not a loud perfume. But to you, like throughout the day, it becomes so enjoyable and it lasts long. So if you're holding on to getting black tie by Celine, I strongly recommend grabbing a bottle of this and give it a shot. I'm not saying they are identical one to one. No, they're not. But there is a similarity in their DNA. But to me, I really, really enjoy this one more. So, 2150 Reverie by Victoria Beckham. Next up, Eau Duelle by the House of Diptyque. This is the EDT, I believe. Yeah. But the color, like I've had this for a while. It's supposed to get more yellowish, deeper. But yeah, initially when I got it, it was almost like watercolor. But since it has that vanilla, like it evolves and grows. This is one of those office appropriate, warm, sweet, a little bit powdery, a little bit spicy, like that baby cat DNA, but very light and easy to wear type of scent. So if you enjoyed that scent profile, this is a must-have in your collection. And it has bourbon vanilla, elemi resin, juniper, cardamom, pink pepper, olibanum, black tea, bergamot, ambergris, musk, and saffron. Bourbon vanilla laced with cardamom, saffron, and black tea. It's not bakery vanilla. It's moody, spiced vanilla. Smoky vanilla tea that wears like a soft cashmere scarf. Comforting, but with an edge. The don't mess with me vanilla. It's addictive, long-lasting, and unforgettable. It is very pleasant. Like, I know a lot of people enjoy that Kayali Vanilla 28. To me, this is better. I actually don't like Vanilla 28 and I decluttered it. To me, this has more quality and more depth. And if you want it to be a little bit thicker, try the ADP. But this is a good one to have. If you enjoy The Architect's Club by Archist, make sure that you try to get your nose on this one. I also decluttered that one because it was more repetitive, but I really, really enjoyed the scent profile. Again, this is Eau Duelle by the House of Diptyque. Now we're getting to the sexy stuff. This is Abu Dhabi by the House of Memo Paris. Oh yeah. This is, you don't know how long I waited to grab this bottle. Like at one point, you couldn't find it on sale. The minute I got it, I saw it at Olfactory Factory. I'm like, really? Like, you couldn't come a little bit sooner? But anyway, yeah, this is a good one from the house and very glad that I have it in my collection. And it has cardamom, plum, dates, saffron, amber, and vetiver. Cardamom and plum mix with dates and saffron, rich, exotic, and mouth-watering. Dark fruits wrapped in warm spice and amber. It's bold, it's regal, and impossible to ignore. It smells like walking through a spice market at dusk in a velvet robe. Yeah, the name also speaks for itself. And lately I've been exploring this house a bit more because they have some really, really good gems at some affordable prices out there. And they have tons of perfumes, so please explore them. They have discovery sets that you can get, but it's certainly worth trying. And if you enjoy rich, sexy, darker type of scent, it's a good one to sample. Again, this is Abu Dhabi by the House of Memo. This next one is for my Iris Oris lovers. It's a new release, a fairly new release, and I got the sample and then I fell in love. Not the first time, probably the second time. And the part that made me fall in love with it is that it has a very milky dry down with the iris that makes it so comforting. This is Tokyo by the House of Memories of a Perfume Collector. This is their Midnight City series. Wow. This may be my favorite from the house so far. Well, Tales of Zanzibar is also exceptional, but from their Midnight City series, this is my favorite. It's not a loud perfume, don't get me wrong. It's actually a very close to skin perfume, but so comforting. Very comforting. It has ambrette, Calabrian bergamot, geranium, orris, mimosa, tonka bean, Bulgarian rose, sandalwood, oud, hinoki wood, and vanilla. Ambrette, bergamot, and mimosa make it floral powdery at the start, with woods humming in the back. Soft florals blended with creamy sandalwood and smooth vanilla. It's calm, meditative, but not boring. Not at all. Like sipping tea in a garden where every leaf feels intentional, elegant, soothing, but quietly addictive. Well said. If you're looking for a loud iris perfume, this is not it. Like I said, it's very close to skin, but super, super enjoyable. The milky toned note at the dry down, that's what it gravitates me towards it to wear it over and over again, and so enjoyable. Again, this is Tokyo by the House of Memoirs of a Perfume Collector from their Midnight City series. So I know I said wait till the last one, and this is the last one, and this house is just, it's doing something to me, I'm telling you. This is my third or fourth bottle from them. They won my wallet, let's put it that way. And this is Zafar by the House of Oman Luxury. I actually got their discovery set, but the discovery set did not have, or did it? It might. Don't quote me on it. No, actually it did, because I sampled it and that's how I wanted to get it. Addictive. Comes in with, it has a lot of notes: apple, rose, grapefruit, bergamot, pink pepper, olibanum, cinnamon, orange blossom, jasmine, orris, lily of the valley, oud, amber, musk, vanilla, sandalwood, patchouli, moss, vetiver, and tonka bean. Apple, rose, and cinnamon wrapped in smoky oud. It bursts out bold, fruity, and fiery all at once. Loud, smoky, and unapologetic. Fruits burn into dark oud and amber for a scent that dominates the room. It's rich, chaotic, and addictive. The wild finale on this list, yeah. Not everyone can handle it, but if you can, you will never be forgotten. Yeah, this is very... Oh yeah, yeah. Like, the minute I smell it, it speaks to my soul that like it's that type of scent. It is that sexy, fruity oud kind of mix, but neither the fruit or the oud is loud. So that's what makes it very palatable and easy to wear. And I'm sure it's going to come to life in this cooler weather. I haven't worn it outside so far. I've worn it inside the house, but I can't wait to wear it out. This is amazing. Especially if you don't like oud, I think you would enjoy this. So if you haven't tried Zafar by the House of Almond Luxury, this is your sign. So these 12 perfumes aren't your cozy fall sweaters. No, they're not. They are more like full-blown personalities that just come and hijack your life. They're definitely bold, addictive, and sometimes a bit dangerous. But what's life without danger, right? That's what the fun is. So if you want to give it a shot, and if any of these stand out to you, I strongly recommend sampling them first. And then if it's your vibe, if it wears well on you, definitely get a bottle. I'll make sure to link, if I have the links for any of these perfumes, I'll make sure to link them either in the comment section or in the description. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know if anything stands out to you, or if there's any recommendation you have. Again, I really appreciate your recommendations, so please keep them coming. And in the meantime, thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please make sure to go ahead and do so. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, all that good stuff, hype it up. You know what to do. I believe this is my first... Why am I saying I believe? This is my first video. So I'm taping 3 more, so more to come. So until the next one, stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Bye.